Okay, we are on to game 6. Our record is 0-6. Here are our top hitters. Actually, let me resort that because I had to fix Hoyles. The AI had scrambled I and L in one of the entries, so we weren't getting a full picture of his batting ability. I'm just doing averages here. Top hitters in games for which I have data, which is just 2 of the games, are as follows. There you go. Devereaux, Bonilla, Alomar, Palmeiro, Anderson, Hoyles, Surhoff, Ripken, Murray. And if you've been following along, not much of a surprise down here. I'm a little surprised Devereaux is the top hitter. I think I would have put Alomar or Palmeiro up there. Bonilla's been productive for us, though. So here we go. On to game 6. Take the 2 weakest hitters and put them at the bottom of the lineup. I mean, what can I say? See if that makes a difference. Get into a rally. You know, we won't be worried that we're going to the middle of the lineup and there's not any power left. This will be great. Right. 1 and 2. Take video capture off, right? Oh, no. Keep video capture. Take display capture off. All right, here we go. I think we're at the top of the rotation as well, so we get Mills back? What was his name? Oh, Mike Mussina. Mike Mussina should be back. Could be the win. Let's lock in. I think we're against Kansas City.
Brady
yes.
Anderson.
All right, we're up first. Great.
A line shot to center. It gets through the infield for a hit. Roberto Alomar.
Feeling good about this. Feeling good.
A shot to the right side. This
It could be 2.
Sit down, pal.
Oh!
Safe.
Nice.
Rafael
Safe at first.
Palmeiro.
Excellent.
Right one.
Yikes.
A chopper to the right side. This could be 2. Sit down.
Okay.
Double
All right.
play.
That's fine. I welcome a challenge. The pain is a gift. Pain is weakness leaving the body.
Jose Opperman.
It's loud.
Right. A grounder to the right side. It gets through for a base hit. Tom Goodwin. Right. That's a ball. Strike 2. A liner to right. He gets it. Keith Lockhart.
Let's go. Great fielding. Great fielding.
That's a ball. A liner to center. This should be a double play. See ya.
The double play machine lives on.
We're through 1 inning of play. And the score is Baltimore 0, Kansas City 0. Bobby Bonilla. A grounder to the right side. He scoops it up. Sit down, pal.
Late on all of these.
Mike Devereaux.
Trying to go the other way on him.
Ground ball to the left side. He gloves it. Get out.
Just cannot.
Rich Hoyles. Right. A grounder to the right side.
Oh!
It's through.
They let it through!
Hit.
Definitely a pity base.
Sirha.
Definitely just giving me one for fun.
Fly ball to center field.
Ah, boy.
Just waiting for that baby to drop.
Yeah, he is.
He makes the play.
Yeah, he is. Okay.
Bip Robert.
Bip.
Right. Ground ball to the right side.
Foul.
Foul ball. Ground ball to the right side. He gloves it. See ya. Bob Hamelin. A chopper to the right side. It sneaks through for a base hit. Save.
I guess if they let one through in that
Johnny
spot,
Damon.
I might as well let one through that. Wow, Johnny Damon. What? Is that right? Is he that old? Johnny Damon. Gosh, he is. This says Baseball America first team minor league all-star Casey Royals minor league player of the year Texas League. I wish the wiki would show a year by year of teams. Do they? Okay, here we go. Yeah, they do. Royals 95 through 2000, so I guess he came up and down a little bit. I remember Johnny Damon from this Red Sox run. Obviously, I remember it vaguely from the Yankees. I remember that Red Sox run. Is he... Huh. Great. All right, let's get let's strike him out. Let's strike out rookie Johnny Damon. What a did it again. What an honor that would be. Give him the corners here.
That's a ball.
Good eye.
Right.
Okay.
One.
Okay. Oh! Yeah!
That's two.
Now we gotta strike him out. I was gonna probably let him get some soft contact before. Now he's gotta sit down. He's out.
He's in there.
Oh!
Clean steal.
You've gotta be kidding me!
A grounder to the right side.
We're going home.
Save.
Is that why you don't go home?
Michael Tucker.
Gotta protect the run. I mean, if we let them score, we're not scoring a lot in this game, so we have to protect the plate here.
That's 2.
Oh, we got something special cooking.
That's a ball.
I'm gonna work this corner until I get a piece of it.
That's a ball.
I think he's out too. Aggressive base running. Hats off on the aggressive base running. Base running.
Right. Right. 2. Ball 1.
I can work this corner. I can and will work this corner.
A chopper to the left side. It gets through for a base hit.
Oh, that pains me so bad.
Dave Howard.
Turns out he worked the corner.
Ground ball to the right side.
Okay.
Routine play.
We're out.
You're out.
Okay, one run. Perfect.
We played
This is a
2.
great
It's
spot to be in.
Kansas City 1, Baltimore 0.
Great spot to be in.
Cal Ripken. Right. At 2. And strike 3, and that means pine time.
He threw it at me.
Murray.
On the third strike, he threw it at me. Okay.
Line drive up the middle.
Let's go, Eddie. Run it out!
Get out. Brady Anderson. Strike 1. Ground ball to the right side. Routine.
This is a quick game. What are we? This has got to be the fourth frame here. All right. Bottom of the third, obviously. Obviously.
Jose Opperman.
Gonna be working some corners again. Can't afford to give up
That's a
too many
ball.
base runners here. Gonna work this one back.
A shot to the right side. He scoops it up.
Let's go.
They got him. Tom Goodwin.
A lot of little pitches you can throw, even though you can't throw high and low, that I've found yet. And we read the manual, it seemed to indicate you couldn't. A lot of little stuff you can do. You know, I've kind of gotten the rough of trying to work that corner where I think the CPU can't reach. Obviously, they can when they feel like it. But that last pitch was change up, start outside, and work in. And he got some soft contact. I don't know, maybe somebody takes that thing for a ride. That's not what happened that time.
Ball 1. A line shot to right. It drops in for a base hit.
Okay.
Keith Lockhart. Line drive up the middle. That'll fall in for a base hit.
Out, out, out.
Swing. Bip. Robert.
Bip. All right, we need a strikeout
Strike
here.
A liner to center. It's in there for a hit.
Not sure how that found its way to first. All right.
Ball 1. Ball 2. Give this guy a bullseye.
You had to go after it.
A chopper to the right side.
This could be two. No, it's not.
Beats it. Not in time.
Positive I threw that to first.
Johnny Damon.
Positive. Or second. I was supposed to say second. Whatever. Don't trust me on it.
Right. One.
Pushing the wrong button, obviously. You see that.
Ball one.
Thought I was going to hit him. Was sweating it. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Two.
All right.
Ball two.
There we go.
Yes! Right. Three.
Pitched out of it.
Out of there.
That's why he's the ace.
Three. And the score, Kansas City 2, Baltimore.
That's why we pay Moose the big bucks. All right, now we need some runs.
Roberto Alomar.
Now we need some runs. Good. Take this down. It was probably too loud.
Right. One.
Okay. All right.
There's a high fly ball to right.
Drop it.
Should be routine.
Drop
He's
it.
got that one.
Worth a shot.
Al Palmero.
Worth a shot.
Round ball to the left side. It sneaks through for a base hit.
That's how we get it started.
Bobby Bo.
Bobby Bo.
Villa.
Hit into 22 double plays.
A liner to right.
What, in 1 year?
It falls in for a base hit. They got him.
I'm sorry, what?
Mike Devereaux.
He should have got to second on that.
Right. That's two. A grounder to the right.
A ground
side.
fought it off.
Elbow. Sit down, buddy. You're toast. Michael Tucker.
It's okay. It's all right. We're just going to keep grinding it out. Just keep grinding. Good things happen. Persistence. It's more valuable than talent. It's more valuable than luck. Although either I'd take talent or luck at this point. But we're going with persistence. That's all we got.
Right. One. Ball one.
I don't know. I don't know what we're doing there.
Popped up in the end.
Ooh, ooh. Pitcher got
He
it?
makes the play.
Yes.
Mike McFarland.
Mike McFarlane.
Right. Right. Two. It hit him.
It was bound to happen.
Dave Howard.
It was bound to happen.
Fly ball to center.
Okay. Yes. Yes.
For it to come down.
Oh, I can work
He
with
makes
this.
the catch to record the out.
It's funny, if you're off skew with that target, they give it to you, but if it goes by your toes, if it goes by the infielder's toes on a grounder, he's not doing anything about it. He's walking on by.
Round ball to the right side.
See what I mean?
Weak.
Weak!
He's
Oh,
in there.
the grounders are killing me.
Tom Goodwin. Ball one.
I think that was a strike.
That's a ball. Line drive, right field.
Ow!
Foul ball.
Should have been over there. That should be a free out.
He popped him off.
Yes, 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 yes. Is this two?
And
Yes!
he makes the play.
Let's go.
We played 4, and the score, Kansas City 2, Baltimore 0. Chris Hoyle. Strike 1.
What?
Line drive, center field.
Yes!
It's through for a base hit. B.J. Saraha. Right. Line drive, right field.
Get out. Get out there.
He makes the play. Safe. The Iron Man himself.
Cal Ripken.
A chopper to the left side. This could be 2. Sit down, pal. Don't get 2.
What? If you would watch baseball, you'd see this all the time. Particularly if you watched Orioles baseball.
It's a fly ball to right center. He's got
Yes. Should have waved me off. He kind of did. I stopped running at the last second. Old Bip.
that one. Right.
Strong. Hold on. Let me turn the humidifier off. Or the dehumidifier off. It ain't humidifier season. It's dehumidifier season. Everybody know that? In the spring, you get out the dehumidifier. And in the winter, you get out the humidifier. If only you could hold all that humidity that you put into the air. That the air comes in naturally in the spring. You get it. You get it. It's like some hillbilly or something.
A grounder to the
Okay.
left side.
This could be 2. No, it's not.
Jack it.
By reflex. It's probably a good habit to get into. You know, keep the second baseman warm too. Go around the horn every once in a while.
Strike 1.
Such a beautiful pitch. Sorry, I keep pushing that button. I don't know what that reflex is all about.
It's a ball.
Okay.
Right 2. A chopper to the left side. Routine. You're out. We played 5. And the score...
A lot of great defense this game. I'll say that.
0.
0.
Eddie Murray. Right.
I know I've swung at every pitch. I see it too. I don't know.
A grounder to the right side.
I can't tell what that ball's going to do.
He's out of there.
I'm barely hitting it when it's over the plate.
Brady Anderson.
Ananan.
Popped up in the air.
That's a bad bunt.
That is grievous.
That's a bad bunt. Grievous, even.
Roberto Alomar.
Shows bunt.
Hit way back.
Come on.
Field.
Come on.
Oh, he
Tie it up.
chance. Good
Tie it
try, Mr. Baseball.
Let's go. Let's go. We can work with this.
Rafael
I thought they only had one run.
Tao.
Sorry, chat.
Right.
Uh-huh.
A line shot to right.
Okay.
It's in there for a hit.
2-out single. Let's keep the rally alive.
A line smash to left field. It falls in for a base hit.
Okay.
Mike Devereaux.
Big Mike. This is bad.
They've caught him in a pickle. He got him.
I somehow ran back. I don't know how I did that. But I somehow ran back. I think it was one of the shoulder buttons.
Johnny Damon. Line drive, right field.
Probably need to change pitching
It falls
here.
in for a base hit.
Try to hold this close.
Michael Tucker.
Show management. I'm doing everything I can to keep us in these games.
A shot to the right side. This could be 2.
Oh!
Swing.
Ah!
Mike McBride.
What? I definitely was not pushing left. I definitely was not pushing left.
Strike 1.
Put a bunt on.
Put it out in front of the plate. This could be 2. See ya. They
Yes!
double play.
Got her back!
Dave Howard. A grounder to the right side. It gets through for a base hit. Jose Opperman. A line smash to left field. It's in there for a hit.
I don't even know what's going on with those
Right.
where it runs by his feet. Like, am I supposed to not move? Is that the idea? Like, he can't put his glove down if I'm moving? Incredible.
Chopper to the left side. It gets through for a base hit. Keith Lockhart. Steve Wright.
I'm playing baseball.
Right. Sit down.
Yes!
You're toast.
Struck out looking, baby.
Great pick.
Got a little life left in this team yet.
For Baltimore. 1.
Let's load him up and bring him home.
Mike Devereaux.
Load him up and bring him home. That's what I want to do.
Steve Wright. 1.
That's a pretty good fastball.
Line drive. Center
Okay.
field.
Okay.
It
Yes.
gets through
Yes.
For a base hit.
Lead off single.
Chris Hoyle. Fly ball to center field.
Get on there. Get on the track. Get on the track.
He pulls it in for the out. He's out of there. B.J. Saraha.
That's on me. I thought he tagged up already. I wasn't really watching.
It's a line smash to right
Oh,
field.
could you imagine?
He pulls in for a base hit.
Well,
Cal.
I guess we'd have just had somebody on second now. I don't know. Whatever. Ugh.
There's a high fly ball.
What?
To left center.
No, he's under it.
A great
Forget
right
about it.
pitch.
Now look. If he had gotten to third, maybe that would have changed the momentum of the game. Maybe we would have pinched. Probably not. I don't think I have any good pinch hitters.
Bip Robert.
That I know of. I haven't really gone and looked. Bip. You know, if it were one run closer,
A shot to the left side.
maybe we'd go
Routine
see
play.
what the bullpen looked
Sit
like.
down, pal.
But at this point, we just got another unwinnable game. We'll do setup closer. No reason to waste 3 arms at this thing.
A fly ball to left. He's jumped on his horse. It falls in for a base hit. Johnny Damon.
If they had given me the third baseman running out there, right? Was that it? I have to look back at the replay. Felt like they gave me the wrong guy. I was expecting to get. You can't dive in the air for it. Is there another dive button? Maybe we go back and look at the instruction manual after this. Maybe somebody has 3D baseball tips.
Strike one.
Watch a YouTube video. That could be fun. You guys like fun?
A liner to right. It falls in for a base hit. He is saved. Mike McFarland.
Mike. This is what happened last game. They cracked it wide open. All right, you almost had to go for a pitching change here. I mean, this guy's going to be our starter in the next game, you'd think. Let's try this Myers guy. He's a lefty. I like him. Great run, Moose. Sorry we couldn't put any runs up for you. This game would have looked a lot different had there been some production.
Ground ball to the left side. It gets through for a base hit. The runner trying to score.
Go home.
Dave Howard.
I don't know.
Fly ball to center field. He's got the mitt ready.
Yeah, he does.
He's got that one.
All right.
He's saved.
Can't ruin every play, as hard as we try.
Jose Opperman. That's a fly ball to center field. A routine play. He makes the play.
Okay, that could have been a lot worse. It could have been a lot worse.
It's Kansas City 6, Baltimore 1.
We just need 6?
Eddie Murray.
I can make that happen. Let's go.
Right. A grounder to the right side. He scoops it up. See ya, pal. Grab some.
Not a lot of hits today.
Brady.
You can kind of think of 5 or 6. Yeah, 5 or 6 hits. It's not a bad day. Leaving them all stranded. That's the problem.
Right.
Look at the loop in that swing. Went right under it.
A line shot to center.
Right in front of him.
And he makes the catch to record the out. Roberto Alomar. Right.
They're trying to put me on base. I won't let them. I will swing at every pitch. I don't understand why I wouldn't.
That ball is well hit to right field. This could be trouble.
If only we could get some guys on. No, it's off the fence.
Rafael
What?
Palmeiro.
That was clearly home run material.
A line shot.
Okay.
It gets through for
Did
a
you
base
go
hit.
for 3 here? No. Go for 2, I mean
Bobby
to say.
Bonilla.
Bobby Bo.
A chopper to the right side. He scoops it up. He's a
That was the 3rd out?
Tom Goodwin.
I cannot believe they didn't give us that home run. I'm going to be losing sleep over that one. Finally get a lefty.
A grounder to the right side.
It's a nightmare! An absolute nightmare!
Keith Lockhart. That's a fly ball to right. He snags
Okay,
it right out of
okay.
the air. Swipe.
It's nice when it goes right back to you and you can make a play. Hold your head high. Alright, I'm going to try to jam him. I don't really know what to do with this lefty.
It falls in for a base
I
hit.
think that was probably not the best play there.
Bob Hamelin.
Oh no, I did the desktop audio on again. Oh my gosh. Well, it's like, you know, it's like going to the race. I associate the echoing audio with dirt track racing. When I was a kid, my dad would take me to dirt track racing, and they had a PA system. Maybe they were all like this back in the 70s or 80s or whatever. This was in the 80s, but the PA system was probably from the 70s. None of the speakers were synced, so you would just hear one guy calling the race, and it would just hit this pole, that pole, that pole, that pole, that pole, a constant echo. I mean, you could make out what he was saying, just like I feel like the last broadcast was decent in terms of audio. Oh, I don't know though. This does not bode well. I did 2 of these.
Strike one.
Kind of ashamed of it. Kind of ashamed of it.
Ground ball to the right
Whatever.
side. Foul ball.
Oh, I thought they were going to tell me to play that ball. Yeah, you got to keep just... When you're doing stuff like this, you got to forgive yourself for the mistakes. Promise to do better. Just keep at it. That would be my advice as an unsuccessful streamer.
Damon.
Just keep at it. Or drop out immediately so there's more oxygen for me.
A line shot to right. It drops in
Yes!
for a base hit. Michael Tucker.
What a pitch. That's that lefty on lefty action.
Line drive up the middle.
There's nobody going to be there.
It's in there for a hit.
He's getting them all up the middle. How many? Can we just get one out?
Mike McFarland. Right one. A line shot to center. It finds the hole for a base hit.
Wanna get an out.
Dave Howard. Strike one.
Okay, we'll get the top of the frame. If I can just get
Ground
out of this
ball to
thing.
the left side. Routine play.
Okay.
See ya. We've completed 8. It's Kansas City 9, Baltimore 1. Mike Devereaux.
Starts here. Big rally.
Strike one.
Mm-hmm.
At 2. Ground ball up the middle.
Okay. Okay.
Sneaks through
All right.
for a base hit.
Oh,
You're out.
I bet it's this one. I was trying to steal just so I could figure out which button to go back on.
Oh.
If I can do that again, I think I will waste this whole inning on trying to run back. I think it's going to be this top right one.
A grounder to the left side.
They're not going to let me get on base again, obviously. I should probably play a 2-player game.
Saraha. A fly ball to left.
Drop it.
And he makes the play. And that's the ball game.
That's the ball game.
Your final
Game
score,
6.
Kansas City 9, Baltimore.
Yeah. We see it. We see it.
One.
We see it. So how many hits? I had 12 hits. They had 21 hits. That's an obnoxious amount of hits. Jeez. Yeah, no, it was Johnny. You definitely know who he is. At the end of that game, you know who the guy is. He's Johnny Damon. Got some batter stats. grab some batter stats. Bo-do-do-do. Do-do-do. Oops. Oh, I'm putting it in 2. I'm grabbing the stats. You're not missing anything. I can paste into... It looks like the keyboard's really loud on stream. That's a bummer. Looks like the data's coming out clean here. Palmeiro had 3 hits. Alomar had 2. Those are kind of the big performers. Oh, am I copying the wrong thing? Copy this entire table. Yep. To paste into Excel. It gave it to me in like a different format this time. But it appears to have worked out just fine. So, updated stats as of Game 6. Okay, that went crazy. Well, let me get rid of this pivot. Player, position. No, position is not really important. We want at-bats, hits. I'm not going to do slugging just yet. Although maybe we should. Really, I'm just too lazy to be bothered. Average. Update your updated stats for Game 6 for data on 3 games through Game 6 are Devereaux again leads here. Palmeiro, Alomar, Bonilla, Anderson. Alomar, such a consistent hitter. Devereaux saw fewer at bats. I bet this is a mistake on some level. Yeah, it looks a little fishy, doesn't it? But that said, close enough. Paints a good picture of what's happening on the field. That feels accurate. Out of curiosity, how to hit in 3D baseball. How to load properly. Yeah, I don't think there's a lot going on. What about GameFAQs? 3D baseball. Okay. There is a GameFAQ. But not really. Q&A? Cheats? Wait until the game is loading. Hold R1 and circle. You'll see that the CDs start flying across. Once you see this up, left, down, right, a character will appear at the bottom of the screen to tell you that you entered it correctly. A secret game will appear next time it loads up. You might as well tell me what the secret game is at that point. I don't know. Who are we saving? Who are we helping here? More codes. Oh. Game Breakers? Code Breaker? Is that like a Game Genie for PlayStation or something? Okay. Oh, GameFAQs. GameSpot owns GameFAQs now. Is that right? Yeah, it looks like we're just not going to get a lot of coaching on the internet. My plan here is to get through the season, which is 26 games. Look, this is a slog. I want to stick to it. You know, after this, the next Saturn game is Alien Trilogy, which is probably a very good game. I've always heard good things. First-person shooters usually don't survive well like that. But gosh, 26 games of this. Let's see what this guy has to say.
That's sure to be exciting contest.
He just has like goes through a lineup.
And the score is San Francisco.
How's he doing?
0, California 0.
Who's he? He's playing at. Let's see. Players demo. I feel like he's not actually playing this game.
Where today's battle sure to be.
That is interesting. I don't think I even tried. I wonder if 3D baseball is a tag on Twitch. I usually tag it like baseball or sports, which has not been successful.
They got it.
I say that because baseball is always, if you try to tag something baseball, it always thinks you're trying to tag it like some early arcade game, some 60s or 70s arcade game,
That's a fly ball.
which it's not. It's a 1990s console game. And sports is like, is anybody looking in the sports category? Probably not, right?
There.
What's this guy had to say?
First released in October of 1996, 3D Baseball marks a major benchmark in video game history. It set a new standard for motion capture animation in sports games, and it was chock full of real-life baseball players, as well as their respective stats. At the time of this release, sports video games at large existed in more of a free market than they do today. The rudimentaries and expectations that modern annual releases like Madden or MLB The Show follow weren't yet set in place, and developers were just trying to figure out the best approach. Nebulous as it may have been for both game companies and players at the time, I think this is a really interesting era. Today's game is no exception when I say that exciting and
There's a bases loaded for Saturn. We're going to play a bases loaded later in this series. That's incredible. I wish I could skip to it right now. We're playing 3D baseball.
unique ideas were being tested. Free of standardized, monotonous guidelines, it felt like anything could happen. 1 month after the North American release on PS1, 3D Baseball was also made available on Sega Saturn.
Which is what
Early
we're
the
playing.
following year, both versions were published in Japan by BMG Japan, a branch under the German media company Bertelsmann Music Group.
I'd never heard that before. I always assumed BMG was like a Sony imprint. Bertelsmann Music Group. Wow. Ace of Base. Annie Lennox. Backyard Babies. No, again, I don't know who they are. I'm not playing that. That's okay. Well, you get the idea. Do you? Let's keep going a little bit further. Chain. Crash Test Dummies.
who was
Sorry about that.
originally known as Areola International, a real company with a real name that I mentioned in the one-on-one video. 3D Baseball was developed by Crystal Dynamics, who also published it in North America. We've previously talked about Crystal Dynamics, so if you want to learn more about the parents of Gex the Gecko, check out the BBG video on 102 Dalmatians Puppies to the Rescue. We're given a bit of insight into
Gonna give
the
this guy a
development
sub.
of the game in the November 1995 issue of Next Generation magazine. Lead game designer Sam Player, yes, that is his name, discusses the recent invention and use of Crystal Dynamics' proprietary motion capture.
This guy put a ton of muscle into this. The editing is good. You know, he looked through the old magazines. He has a story to tell. I don't know how accurate it is, but he put some research in. This is a completely acceptable format. This video is 2 years old, has 4.5 thousand views, and he has 5,000 subscribers. I mean, what is he not doing right? You know, is it the voice is a little flat? Listen to the voice.
Technology called real motion control.
A lot of times you'll see companies use motion capture, but they don't use it to its fullest advantage. The reason everything...
Okay, that's cool. He got somebody else to read it. So what? How many subs does like a Jeremy Parrish have? He has 80,000. Right? He has like 16, what is it, 16 times the subs that this guy has. Yeah. Jeremy, I think Jeremy's channel is great. I'm not subbed, as you can see. I should, because I watch it all the time. He worked in the industry. He worked at EGM and 1UP. I remember seeing him on there in the past. So he brings a little more heft, I guess. And his stuff is, you know, if you watch his stuff,
All right, so Super NES, let's go.
see, he's got his own vibe, you know. The background is cool, I guess, if you're into that. He's a little dry. He's a little sardonic. I mean, he's got...
But since we looked to the predecessor to 1992's first Super NES release last week, it only seems fitting to glance ahead to the Nintendo fandom's first encounter with Falcom's Ace series. At least in the US anyway.
Yeah, you know, also, I don't know what this guy's story is or what PS1 is, you know, obviously a beloved system, maybe is not getting quite the nostalgia rub that that this guy's Super Nintendo stuff is. I don't know, man. But if you look at, well, he just got started. I was going to say the videos had similar views, but
always ends up looking choppy in games is that the machines can't store all the frames necessary for the full animation.
Right.
They end up showing every fifth frame or so. What we do is build polygonal models, break each model up into joints, and then follow the curve of each joint in motion. Then we save those curves instead of each individual frame of animation. The tissue of a player's body realistically follows the framework underneath.
Quick side note about this article. Next Generation messed up and used images from this game in their previous issue when previewing Interplay's VR Baseball, so they had to address that.
What a story! This guy's great. You're only going to get this here. This is the guy who sat down and read every episode, every edition of Next Gen. Something I wish I had done. I think I drifted away from video game magazines by the time Next Gen was really rolling. I wish I'd read all of Next Gen, though. It looks awesome.
Here, which is just, you know, ugh, wow, so embarrassing. During this real motion control process.
Yeah, look, I'm not trying to say I have a great streamer personality. This is definitely glass houses throwing stones dynamic. This guy's delivery is not, it's not jumping off the page.
process, Crystal Dynamics apparently spent over 200 hours capturing more than 500 individual motions, though only about 150 would be used. One of the more interesting things about the production of this game is how it portrays players and teams. Licensing through the MLBPA, or Major League Baseball Players Association, was acquired.
Is that what happened? They went to the Players Association and got them to sign on that way, but they didn't get the teams. I wouldn't know how you would get all the players and then put them together. I don't know. It sounds naive when I say it out loud, but I'm just like, why did they make this deal? They go to each player? Of course, they went to a collective bargaining
And as I
structure.
previously mentioned, there are over 700 players that have stats tailored to their real-life counterparts, with over 50 unique batting stances. But what makes this odd is that Crystal Dynamics was not able to get the licensing to use actual team names.
I think 50 unique batting stances is a little... I think they have just sort of like pivoted a couple people at the hip or like put the shoulders back. But when you look at it, it looks like 6 kind of repeated.
So you have real players donned in the correct color uniforms, but the teams are generically denominated after their city or state. Instead of the Yankees and Mets, the game features 2 teams named New York A and New York N. Surely that must stand for the Yankees and the Nets. All right, let's play 3D baseball.
That's pretty good. That wasn't bad. I'm champing at the bit to see what this guy says. Give me some juice. Commiserate with me here on just how exceedingly difficult this game has been. It's always hard to play the computer in sports games. Everybody know that. Alright, let's get into it.
Baseball games. Do you like my song? Do you love my song?
He wrote a song.
Its name is games.
This is good.
3D baseball is its name. It's not the same as the other baseball games. 3D baseball is its name. It is the same as the other baseball games. Do you like my song?
It was okay.
Do you love my song? This is baseball. This is a baseball game. Do you know what baseball is? Good. Let's look at the options. You can choose manual or automatic fielding, which determines whether or not you control your outfielders. You can choose to turn the random AI in early game, and according to the back of the case, he offers over 1,000 super...
We did this little Van Earl Wright deep dive as well. We lived the same, we walked the same ground that this guy did. We lived the same life. I feel like I should go, this guy and I should have a Teams call or something.
Supercharged color comments, whatever that means.
The wish list of the Braves would consist of just 2 things. First, please let us make it to the playoffs. And 2, please, oh please, do not let the Expos be our playoff opponent. This year, Montreal has basically kicked Atlanta's butt.
In real life, Van Earl
Again, we already did the Van Earl Wright deep dive. I don't know if we need to walk over this.
Wright is an American television sportscaster, news anchor, and journalist for both CNN Sports, their 2008 reboot, the Nickelodeon show Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide, and Slam & Jam 95 on the 3A Football League. Yes, this is 6, 8. Ed, let's go with an exhibit.
What was that about the lingerie football? He owned it?
The LFL Football League was also made by Crystal Dynamics. Additionally, he announced for the lingerie print
everybody's got to work.
demo. After 2 and with 10 runs, not really sure that it actually made a difference. Start the game and you're brought to this lineup screen where you can alter player positions, change strategically. I don't know what I'm doing. My first mistake was probably choosing the crappy state I live in as a team. I also made it so that we're playing in my home stadium just to make sure that we sweat profusely and feel
Here we go.
absolutely
I want to see this guy get
disgusting
torn
during the
apart.
whole game. While either pitching or batting, you can change camera angles with triangle, and at any point you can pause the game to switch out your player. This is something that cool people what actually know what they're doing do, so whenever they...
You know, game guys always acting like they hate sports games. I don't know. Played kind of a cold take. Probably me hating on guys who don't like sports games is now the cold take. I'm willing to concede that.
AI for the opposing team did this, I made sure to swiftly respond by pinching my pitcher or batter in order for me to look like I had some strategy up my sleeve.
Yeah, you don't want to embarrass yourself in front of the computer.
Jesus Tavares.
I wasn't able to find a scan of the PS1 manual, but I was able to find one for the Sega Saturn
We looked at this.
version, with which I was easily able to translate A, B, C, and X into square, X, circle, and triangle. When pitching using the X button,
What? Oh. Change display. Shorten lead off.
A, B, C, and X into square, X, circle, and triangle. When pitching using the X button, if you hold down on the D-pad at the right moment, you'll throw a speedball. Up on the D-pad triggers a changeup, which is a very slow pitch that you can try to trick the batter with. Left and right will curve the ball in either direction. With the circle button, you can pick off while pitching, which is that thing that pitchers do when they throw the ball to the base to try to get the runner out if they're too far away from the base. This almost never worked for me though. Doing this, as well as throwing to any of the bases while defending, is handled by using the D-pad to correspond with each individual base. So if you look at it like a diamond, right on the D-pad and throw goes to first,
This seems like an unnecessary explanation. Cool graphic.
up and throw goes to second, and so on. Whenever there's a pop fly, you can position your player underneath the target to get an automatic out. While batting, X is swing, square is bunt, and you have to be strategic about your batter's placement near the plate. I like to give a quick swing before the pitch to see what kind of wingspan I've got. The 50 different batter stances that I mentioned earlier really do make a difference here. For the most part, that's pretty much everything in terms of gameplay. The rest is just, baseball rules. I definitely have a few criticisms of the game, but I'm more inclined to go easy on it, as this was an early pioneer. I mean, it is kind of annoying how you have to wait for the player stats to show before every pitch. It takes a long time, and it results in you getting tired of Van Earl, regardless of his 1,000 supercharged color comments.
Sit down, pal. That's strike three.
What is he cutting it slack for? Because it's one of the first polygonal baseball games? It really does not play much different than the Super Nintendo era baseball games. I mean, this is how I remember Ken Griffey playing. Ken Griffey Jr. baseball playing on Super Nintendo. Almost verbatim.
You're gone. Oh, my, did he crack that one? Way back, way back, way back. Fernando Pena. See ya. Sit down, buddy, you're toast. The crime dog himself, Freddie McGriff. He's jumped on his horse.
By the way, dude certainly likes to talk about pie.
See ya, pal. Grab some pie. See ya, pal. Grab some pie. And strike three, and that means pine time.
He also likes to roll his R's.
I don't know if he's doing it intentionally, that he can't hear him saying pine, or if he actually is saying pie. Now Yeah. He rolls his R's. We've been through that too.
I did find the fielding to be frustrating at times. If the ball goes in a certain direction, all of your players just seem to scatter
Here's what I'm looking for. This is it. Here's the meat.
away from it, which is, counterproductive.
Yep.
You press circle to switch defensive players, but that's not always clear or working in your favor. It also takes a minute to get used to getting the ball properly to certain bases. At times, the game will just work against you, and the player will throw the ball to the wrong base, despite what you think you pressed. The last gripe I have is minor. I think they should have blasted more of their intellectual properties all over the stadiums. You only see Gex once, and that's in a loading screen. What about Eclipse Games, Crystal Dynamics? What about Blazing Dragons? That came out the exact same month as this game. I was going to mention Pandemonium, or Soul Reaver, or Akuji, but those games came out later. Regardless, there is all this billboard real estate, and it's only dedicated to the same few things. 3D based.
What is it? He's spending a lot of time on this. Is this a real complaint? Okay, that kind of sounds like all he's really got.
This PlayStation 1 entry into perspective, you'll naturally develop a respect for the game.
Incorrect.
Why?
He might have a play
Why?
on it. He took it. Hey! Over the wall and right. Hey!
I figured I'd keep this one nice and short so we can move on to similar style and approach. But watching these movements and placing the timeline of this PlayStation 1 entry into perspective are Kareem, which actually does make an appearance in this game. So, that's
Is he still talking about the billboards?
neat. The music is limited to that one song on the menu, so there isn't much to talk about there. I do think that the player movements are impressive for the time, and it's all the more interesting when we know a little bit more about what went into it. Sometimes limbs appear to be a little small, and the models aren't anywhere near perfect, especially when you compare 98 Koshin's similar style and approach. But watching these
He thinks that other thing looks better?
are near perfect, especially when you compare 98 Koshin's similar style.
I don't think that looks great.
Style and approach. But watching these movements and placing
Maybe
the
it does.
timeline of this PlayStation
I'd have to see more of it. I don't want to. Sometimes that smoothed out, rounded out polygon look doesn't really do a lot for me.
1 entry into perspective.
Okay. All right. Well, he said he didn't spend much time with it. I don't think he played 6 games of it. He wasn't saying whether he won or lost his games. Perhaps I am conspicuously terrible at this game. I did not get a definitive answer from that video. Okay, we're going to shut her down here. It's great talking to everybody. We'll see you for Game 7. As far as I know, I'm going the distance on this. 26 games before we move off to the next every Saturn game ever. That's every Saturn game ever.